Hey everyone, Reid Henrichs with fallacies. And I wish I could give you a more upbeat video today, but unfortunately that's not what's going to happen. You see, recently President Obama's made a comment in regard to gun control that enough is enough. Unfortunately for us, that seems to be his entire sentiment throughout his entire administration. Enough is enough. But you see, it isn't just about gun control. It's about everything that's always made America great. Everything that we've always been as a people. Enough is enough for him. Enough is enough when it comes to free choice. When it comes to voluntary transactions between people of business. You see, enough is enough on that. You aren't responsible enough to get health insurance. You're not responsible enough, so you know what, the government's going to do it now. See, enough is enough. He's tired of you. He's tired of you being able to make your own choices with that. You see, enough is enough when it comes to gun control. And see, he wants to restrict and absolutely restrain your ability to protect yourself and your family when it comes to the best choices of which firearms are available to you and your family. He wants to tighten those background checks, but not have any at all when it comes to people coming into this country from absolutely hostile countries from across the globe. Enough is enough, right? According to him. You see, enough is enough when he wants to talk about gun control for American people. Enough is enough when you can't have an AR-15 or an AK type rifle. See, enough is enough for him, but he will gladly give it to people overseas fighting in the Middle East on our dime, on our taxpayers' money. See, enough is enough. You see, enough is enough when it comes to him and his little buddies. But when it comes to the American people who cling to their God and guns, see, enough is enough. You know, how dare you exercise your religion, and how dare you have firearms to protect yourself and your family? And I ask a question, enough is enough. But for what? You see, to me, it seems that enough is enough when it comes to traditional America and everything that's made it great, including our founding documents. The man disdains the Constitution, looks at it as an impediment to the things that he wants to do. That's why he goes around it constantly. You see, to him, the founding fathers were absolutely archaic. You know, to him, the founding documents are nothing but an obstacle to what he wants to do, he and his ilk. So let me pose another question to you all. And I have a question for him directly. What is it about America that you like, Mr. President? What is it about the United States that you enjoy? What is it about this country and its founding values and its freedoms and its way of life? What is it specifically that you like? Because for 7 years now, I have not heard you say a single thing that you like about the United States of America. Most certainly not our founders, and most certainly not about our founding documents. You see, we have to ask very poignant questions here. What is it about this country that you like? Because you weren't raised here. You didn't grow up here in the United States of America. You grew up in many other countries, but most certainly your formative years were not spent here. See, mine were, and by the time I was 17 years old, I was serving my country in the United States Marine Corps. When you were 17, you were in a foreign country. You know, as a person that teaches people how to protect themselves and their family for a living, which is what I've done for almost 2 decades now, let me explain something to you. Those guns that you say have no belonging in the hands of people in a civilized society, yes, they do. They've saved my life, they've saved the lives of some of my students, and they've most certainly saved the lives of some of my friends. And for every so-called tragedy that you want to invoke, sir, I can provide you 10 examples quite to the contrary. You are not an expert in self-defense. You do not know what it takes to survive deadly force. And furthermore, you're not really against gun control and those evil so-called assault weapons. You see, you've got a few dozen people with the very weapons that you demonize around you on a 24/7 basis. See, you ain't really against them. You're against them in the hands of people not like you. So folks, our president here has undermined the security of the United States on a twofold basis. Number one, by bringing people in here that absolutely hate us without our permission. But you've also defied the security of the United States of America by wanting people to give up their absolutely fundamental right of having the most effective weapons to protect themselves, their family, their community, and their country. Maybe you ought to go read Miller versus the United States. So President Obama, when you say enough is enough, I'd say the American people have had enough of you. Enough is enough of your progressive agenda. Enough is enough of your stupid gun control calls. And enough is enough of you trying to proselytize to the American people what you deem appropriate for weapons for self-defense, an arena of which you, sir, are way outside of your lane. And I further advise and entreat every American out there watching this video to vehemently and 100% oppose any measures to implement further gun control upon themselves, their families, their community, and their nation. This is Reid Henrichs of Valley Ridge reminding you, the lessons that we learn are written on the tombstones of others.